Guys, so today's video we'll be discussing about Spiti Valley in the month of April 2025, what you should be expecting in terms of weather, road condition, the snowfall, accommodation, the places that you should be visiting, and essentials you need to be packing, and overall what is the kind of budget that you need to be having when you're planning a trip to Spiti Valley in the month of April 2025. So now starting off with point number 1, which is the weather and temperature. Keep in mind that April is the end of winter and the start of autumn in Spiti Valley. So the daytime temperature will range from anywhere between 5 degrees to 18 degrees, while the night temperature will be anywhere between -3 to -12. Again, this temperature depends on where you are. Places like Kaza and Tabo will be warmer, while in the remote villages of Langza, Kibar, Chicham, Demul, it will be much colder, including in Dankar, which will where it will be extremely windy and cold in the night. So keep in mind that April isn't a month where the snow will melt, but it is going to be still very cold. The daytime it will be warm because the sun comes out, so you can expect some kind of respite from the winter. Now the road condition. The Kinnaur road via Shimla is open to Spiti Valley and is the only way to get in and out to Spiti Valley. The Manali road via Kunzumla and Rohtang is not going to be open, so there's no way you can get to Chandrata Lake. Chandrata Lake is going to be closed till the road via Manali is open, which would be roughly around mid or end of June is when we can expect the road to be opening based on what it has been last year. Now keep in mind that if you're someone who's planning on visiting Spiti Valley to experience and visit Chandrata Lake, then April is definitely not the month for you to be visiting, because Chandrata Lake will not be open. No matter who tells you that the road is going to be open to Chandratal, it's not possible. It's not even walkable distance from the road to reach Chandratal. So now when it comes to the road condition, the Kinnaur road is extremely well made all the way up till Tabo, so it's going to be a flawless drive. If you're someone who's planning a self drive, it's not an issue. Just carry chains with you, because at places like I would say at high altitude places around Chicham and maybe Langza and Dankar, to some extent you might find snow and you might need chains, but you can make do with a couple of chains. You might not need all 4, because in the month of April the snow actually starts to melt off and the roads are pretty clear, with the local traffic also which moves around in and around Spiti Valley. But carrying chains as a backup is always advisable in the month of April for people who are self-driving to Spiti Valley. Biking to Spiti Valley in April is possible via the Kinnaur route again, but if you are someone who wants to visit beyond that is exit via the Manali road, it's not going to happen unless you wait in Spiti Valley for a couple of months till the road opens. That's the only way you will make it. Now when it comes to snow and snowfall, it is very unlikely that you will get snowfall in Spiti Valley in the month of April, and even if you do get snowfall, it will be very limited snowfall. And it can happen if the weather goes bad, but don't keep your hopes high is what I would personally say about experiencing snowfall. You will definitely get to see a lot of snow when you go to higher places like Hikib and Comic. Even in Demul is where you'll see a lot of snow accumulated, but that's not going to be fresh snow. It's going to be snow from the winter that's gone by. Now when it comes to accommodation and facilities, that's point number 4. Remember that Spiti has very basic accommodation and facilities, unless you're staying in Kaza, which will have slightly better facilities. But by staying in Kaza for your entire trip, it's kind of a bummer, because the real experience of Spiti Valley is when you're actually staying in these villages, living with different villagers and experiencing their way of life. And the best way to do that is by staying every night in a different village. We do have a trip to Spiti Valley where you can experience such a experience, I would say, of staying in different villages every night, from Demul to not Demul, sorry, but Dankar, Langza, Tabo. All of these places have a unique experience because each village has something different to offer. When you're just going there for a day trip, all that you'll get to do is experience the sights. It's like going for a Mumbai or Delhi darshan, sitting in the bus and just experiencing it from above. But By staying a night in the village, you will actually get to know the villagers better. Plus, you will get to know the local history and a bit of folklore about what the place has to offer and what it has been before life with network was in Spiti Valley. Now, accommodation in Spiti Valley are basically homestays in all the villages, and they will charge you anywhere between, I would say, 1,000 to 2,000 rupees, depending on the kind of room and what are you getting included. If it's only a stay, it'll be around 1,000 per person. If it is with meals, it might cost you 1,500, 2,000, depending on the place and where you're staying and the kind of deal you're getting. More the people, the cheaper the costing would be. Now remember that all these stays, when they offer you food, it's going to be mostly veg food, and the only non-veg that you would get over here is egg, because it's very difficult for them in these villages to keep chicken and other meat available, because they do not really have fridges. Power cuts are very frequent in the night. Every day after 11 o'clock, the power will get cut off for a few hours and then return back maybe in the next morning. So carrying a power bank for your trip is vital. The power bank would come really handy to charge your gadgets, and do not go to Spiti without a power bank. Now, when it comes to network, Jio, Airtel, and BSNL have the best network in Spiti Valley. Both postpaid and prepaid work well. Jio and Airtel have the best network. Jio being a little bit better than Airtel, because you'll get it along the road, and even in the villages, you'll get it everywhere. So if you're traveling with a group of people who you know, just make sure somebody in the group has a Jio network, so that they can create a hotspot so that everybody can enjoy having connectivity. But if you want to experience the real Spiti Valley, just don't be connected, because that's when you will get the best experience of what Spiti Valley has to offer. Now, for places for stargazing, I would say make sure that you're going when it's close to a no moon or no moon time, because that's when you'll get the best view of stargazing. You'll get to even see the entire galaxy with, I would say, at least 10 to 15 shooting stars, if not more. So now the villages I would personally recommend for stargazing is: number 1 is Dankar, Langza, Komik, Demul, Chicham, Kibar. Now these 6 villages are without doubt the best places that you should be going for your stargazing experience. These villages have very limited light in the night, so by default you will get to see plenty of shooting stars. While in towns like Tabo and Kaza, there's a lot of light from vehicles coming and from the hotels and the houses, that it will prevent you from actually getting a clear view of what the sky has to offer in the night. Dankar by far will give you the best experience of the night sky in Spiti Valley. Now, when it comes to the essentials that you need to be packing, remember, in the month of April you need to be carrying a mix of summer clothing along with winter clothing. You need warm woolens, you need a muffler, you need your sunglasses, you need your sunscreen, you need your lip balm. You definitely need a couple of cargo pants. You do not need a umbrella, because it's very unlikely that it will rain or snow in this time, but you definitely need a warm, good, strong jacket with you to keep you warm. Carrying multiple layers will work very well. Try carrying at least 2 to 3 full sleeves t-shirts, because they'll prevent your skin from getting burnt from the excessive heat that will transpire in the daytime. Now, when it comes to sunglasses, you definitely need UV protected sunglasses, because that's the only way that you will keep your eyes warm, I would say cooled off from the warm sun that you will face. Going to Spiti Valley without a good pair of sunglasses is going to be a disaster. Now finally, if you're planning a trip to Spiti Valley and you're looking to join a group, we do have a group trip to Spiti Valley in the month of April. The link is in the description. You can click on the link and you'll get all the details. If you're interested in booking, you can directly book via the website or WhatsApp us for any kind of queries or doubts related to our trip. Do not WhatsApp us from our website for anything related to your personal trip or for any kind of just for information. Our sales team is not available, because we only pertain to the trips that we are conducting. If you have any queries related to Spiti Valley for your own private trip or your biking trip, whatever it might be, you can leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube, and we will be more than happy to get back to you. The reason we are saying YouTube, so other people with similar doubts and queries will have their answers resolved in the video. And if your queries are really strong enough, we'll make a follow-up video to help others get their doubts clear. So till our next video, stay safe, stay happy.